host community are more, put at a ratio of 4:1, and are in dire need of food and other support.
I want to close down all the IDP camps, latest by 29th May 2017. A lot of them will rather go back to their communities and eat their guinea corn millet than to eat your rice and chicken in the IDP camps.
When coming next, we are coming not only with rice, we are coming with vegetable oil, we are coming with second-hand clothes.
Donation of items does not adequately solve IDP crises, no matter the quantity presented to them. The challenge before the government is to ensure that these Nigerians are returned to their communities in peace, without fear of attack. In Maiduguri, Borno State, northeast Nigeria, Shagulawole, NTA News.
2,200 women in Lagos have benefited from the Skills Acquisition Program, courtesy of the Wife of the President initiative Future Assured, in collaboration with the National Directorate of Employment, NDE. State House correspondent Aliu Kabir reports that the Wife of the President says she will never rest on her oars until all Nigerian women are economically empowered.
Over 2,000 women are expected to be saying bye-bye to idleness and poverty after the 3-month skills acquisition program by the NDE, in line with the Future Assured initiative of Mrs. Aisha Muhammadu Buhari.
We will not more wait until
in various skills acquisition activities include cosmetology, bead stringings, interior decoration, shoe and bag production through the use of local fabrics, as well as event management.
This empowerment program is meant to enhance the economic power and the standard of our women, and by extension improve the lives of families as a whole.
The thrust of the initiative, the Wife of the President said, is to get Nigerian women involved in profitable economic ventures leading to wealth creation, especially amongst women, and to enhance national development.
On this note, our women and young people will be better equipped to face financial challenges and be able to encourage the education of their children.
Other speakers comprising the Minister of Labour and Employment, Chris Ngige, represented, reaffirmed their commitment in supporting the Wife of the President in this initiative.
I'm particularly happy and proud to be associated with an initiative of this nation which seeks to empower women to become active in the national economic process.
The increase in the number of beneficiaries is an eloquent testimony to the fresh and renewed impetus injected into the collaboration by Her Excellency Mrs. Aisha Muhammadu Buhari and the doggedness of NDE in fulfilling its mandate.
I had no doubt in my mind with your commitment and the implementation of what you are going to be taught. The sky will be your limit.
The Wife of the President was accompanied by the Wife of the Vice President, Dolapo Shimbajo, Wife of the Senate President, Toyin Saraki, and that of the Speaker of the House of Representatives, Gimbia Dogara. In Lagos, Aliu Kabir, NTA News.
Initiated in 1991 by the United Nations General Assembly, 25th November is set aside as commencement of 16 days of activism against all forms of gender-based violence. Violence against women and girls is a human rights violation, public health pandemic, and serious obstacle to substantial development. It imposes large-scale costs on families, communities, and economies. UN Secretary General Ban Ki-moon states that the world cannot afford to pay the price for this situation. To speak on this and more, we have in the studio Mrs. Anissa Amunega, Program Coordinator, Women's Right Advancement and Protection Alternative Rapper. Madam, you're welcome to Panorama.
Thank you, it's my pleasure.
Let's start with what constitutes violence against women?
Violence against women is any act that leads to mental, physical, psychological harm, or even if it's intended, if it's a threat, that's what we call violence against women. It cuts across rape, financial deprivation, harassment, spousal battery. Yeah.
Now, well, sadly, domestic violence, especially against women, as you've said, has been part of the fabric of many societies and, culture worldwide. Now, in Nigeria, are there sufficient laws protecting women against violence?
Yeah, it's good to know that the Violence Against Persons Prohibition Act was passed 2015, and there are provisions in it that, states different, that deters or states why, that states, I'm so sorry. Jesus.
Okay, but like, even as the laws are there, in place, protecting, guiding such violent acts, how are these victims of violence, protected and supported generally?
Okay, different women organizations have different programs that support these women. For example, RAPA receives a maximum of 10 clients every day that comes in with complaints, and it borders on spousal battery, domestic violence. So we provide counseling and legal support to these women.
Now, what about, the issue of violence now? From what my understanding is not just, physical. How much light is being thrown on other forms of violence, like mental, emotional, and all that? How aware are people of this?
I think a lot of focus is on violence against women is on domestic violence more. Focus on other areas of violence against women, I would say much light has not been thrown on it, because the space of domestic violence in Nigeria is really high. I mean, women come into our organization every day, and they come into our organization every day complaining about what they face at homes and all that. And I don't think we have enough legal framework that protects these women.
Now, it brings me to the question, do women, these victims, what is their knowledge, of their rights, What is being done in terms of sensitization, not only on the part of the victims now, knowing their rights, but men and boys as well who perpetrate these acts? What is being done, sensitizing and educating them against it?
Yeah, I think a lot has to be done in the area of awareness and sensitizing the people on their rights when it comes to this area. A lot of women are silent on these issues because they don't know their rights. Some of them, they know their rights, but they are scared to come out to speak for fear of threats or any kind of further abuse from the person perpetrating the violence.
Okay, what is being done now? Because from what you've just said, stigmatization, it's a big hindrance, to helping such victims.
Yeah, women are discouraged to actually come out because they are scared of social stigmatization. And your fellow woman will come out and say, you're not the only one. Keep quiet. Think about your family stability. Think about your children. If you leave this home, where are you going to go to? Who's going to take care of your children? So a lot of discouragement or a lot of things that dissuade these women is the fact that they are not economically empowered. So when some of these women come into our organization, we tend to support, we look at an integrated approach. We look at their health, their mental health. We look at how we can empower them financially. We look at how we can support their children in school.
All right. Now, apart from the government, now the support you get, what other, what roles are individuals, corporate bodies, religious bodies as well playing in this fight against violence against women?
I would say religious bodies and cultural influencers in the society, they have a huge role to play, because for the cultural bodies, they are the custodians of the custom and of the custom of Nigeria, and a lot of practices that happen in the name of this is our culture, they can come out and publicly denounce it. Then for the religious leaders, how they interpret scriptural text is very, very important. Some of them interpret this text in a way that favors the men and reinforces violence against women.
All right, what are your recommendations, concerning the fight against violence perpetrated against women?
I would say we should advocate for more male change agents to speak against violence against women, because this violence is perpetrated by men. So if we find a way of changing their behaviors, their attitudes, the way they think, I think it will go a long way to prevent and eliminate violence against women. Also, we should be looking at budgetary allocations when it comes to gender issues. I think the government should see this as a priority area because funding that comes to gender is really, really low. If you look at it, commensurate to what you're supposed to, the activities you want to carry out to, fight this scourge. Another area you can be looking at is empowering women, because when a woman is empowered, she can confidently come out to say, this is what I want. She can take decisions both in the private and the public sphere.
All right, thank you very much for coming on Panorama.
You're welcome.
We'll take some messages now. Panorama continues shortly.
The struggle for independence had been a long and tough one. Our founding fathers and compatriots sacrificed their comfort and even shed their blood. We cannot at this point in history afford to spirit away their sacrifices for immediate but temporary gains of today. Let us emphasize what unites and not what divides us. Working for the unity of purpose with a stronger vision for a better tomorrow. NTA, growing with the nation.
Together, no matter where you come from, no matter your religion, we are one. Let's live together. Let's stop fighting each other. Let us live as one. It doesn't matter where you come from, your tribe or religion, man, woman or child. It doesn't matter who you are. Put Nigeria first. No matter where you come from, no matter your religion, we are one. Let's live together.
How can we develop when we're always in crisis? Families have become refugees in their country. No matter our differences, show some understanding.
No matter where you come from, no matter your religion, we are one. Let's live together.
Nigeria, the only country we can train with remarkable potentials to excel. Let us believe in ourselves and change our attitude for the sake of our country and generations unborn. Let us revive our cultural values, which are our essence as a nation. Let us renew the spirit of patriotism and hope in our dear country. Do not take or give bribe. Be punctual always. No more African time. We can't expect to be global citizens and operate on African time. Join the queue. Insist that people are attended to on a first-come basis, no matter who they are or where they come from.
Nigeria, good people, great nation.
Good to have you back. 40 persons kidnapped by bandits in Maru Council area of Zamfara State last week have been received by Governor Abdulaziz Yari after regaining their freedom. It was with great relief for security situation in the state. Jamilu Ibrahim reports.
The 40 persons, including a police inspector and some teenagers, were last Friday kidnapped on their way to a popular market in Maru local government area of Zamfara State. The victims were eventually rescued by a committee set up by the state government to dialogue with the kidnappers. Chairman of the committee and State Deputy Governor Malam Ibrahim Okala, who presented the rescued persons to Governor Abdulaziz Yari at Government House Gusau, said they were released without payment of ransom. The governor, who expressed delight over the development, said it was part of the strategies put in place to address the lingering security challenges in the state.
We are going to continue as government. Where dialogue can work, we'll continue with the dialogue. Where dialogue cannot work, we have to put pause to ensure that we maintain peace, stability of our people.
Governor Yari later handed over the victims to a committee led by the Emir of Dansado, Alhaji Hussein Umar, to be reunited with their families. Two of the victims were from Sokoto and Katsina states. In Gusau, Jamil Ibrahim, NTA News.
And now sports. Nigeria improves in latest FIFA ranking as Steven Gerrard retires from football. Amanzi Marcus reports.
Nigeria's Super Eagles have continued their impressive rise in the FIFA World Rankings as they moved up 10 places from 60th spot to 50th in the latest rankings released on Thursday. They are joint 50th with Burkina Faso, who also enjoyed a massive improvement, moving up 17 places. Senegal are still the highest ranked team in Africa, followed by Cote d'Ivoire, Tunisia, Egypt, and Algeria, making up the top 5. Meanwhile, Argentina is still ranked the number 1 team in the world. General Secretary of Nigeria Football Federation Mohamed Sanusi has urged football enthusiasts not to write off the Super Falcons following their 1-0 draw against Ghana in the Africa Women's Cup of Nations second Group B match midweek in Cameroon.
So what we saw yesterday was not that the players are not good, but because of it was manifestation of the rivalry that exists between Nigeria and Ghana when it comes to football. But I can assure you that by the grace of God, our match against Kenya is going to be a different ball game altogether.
Permutations became clearer after midweek matches of the UEFA Champions League, with 12 teams already through to the knockout phase irrespective of the results of their last group matches. Those already through to the round of 16 includes Arsenal, PSG, Atletico Madrid, Borussia Dortmund, Leicester City and Juventus. In a related development, former England and Liverpool captain Steven Gerrard on Thursday retired from professional football, ending a 19-year career during which he won 114 international caps and 710 appearances for the Anfield outfit. With Sports Update, Amanzi Marcus, NTA News.
And Sport Update wraps up Panorama for this week. I am Ogwa Vivian Onyedibia. Thank you for watching.